Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today I get to share with you a project for Spellbinders using, this is the October 2018 Die of the Month Club Kit. Now you're probably thinking, why is she showing an October Club Kit? Well, this one was so popular that Spellbinders brought it back. It is a super cute truck, a truck for many occasions. There's a pumpkin in the set. It's a 25-piece die set. It creates a cute little truck. In the bed, you can tuck items in like a surfboard, a pumpkin, a ball, a present, a Christmas tree, you name it, you could tuck it. Now, I'll be making 14 cards today, and the reason I'm making 14 is because Spellbinders came out with a set that coordinates with the truck set. The truck set is called Truckin Through the Seasons, and it's available now at the Spellbinders shop. I'll link it down below. And then this is set here is called So Many Sentiments. Now you can see they're all license plates, so they fit perfectly on the back of the truck. And you get You Are Great, Noel, Hello, Get Well, XOXO, I mean tons. So we're going to make 14 cards using those license plates today, and I'll link the So Many Sentiments down below. Some of you probably already know the October Die of the Month Club Kit and have it, but in case you are new and want to check it out, this is what the truck looks like. Now I made 14 of these trucks here for my cards today, so all my trucks are the same, but you can of course change up your truck color to red trucks, blue trucks, white trucks, silver trucks, you name it, you could do it. The little side view mirrors, there's a little die for that, and I die cut them out of copper cardstock. And then I did add an acetate window. You don't have to do that, but I thought the detail would be nice. I'm going to line the back of my truck with black cardstock. I'm going to adhere the wheels first. But this way, when you flip it over, you have that black detail. And I could pop it up with foam tape very easily with that back cover. But it's a super cute truck. You can see the black detail, and I did cut out the bumper with the copper cardstock also. So for all 14 cards today are made this way. I'm adding a little bit of shading with some Hickory Smoke Distress ink just to give it a little bit of depth and dimension here. And then for my little truck lights, you could use any color cardstock you like, but I thought Fun Foam would be perfect because it's going to give me the added dimension that I want. And I don't have to fuss with adding little pieces of foam tape behind it. So there is embossed detail on those little lights as well. I'm pretty sure that the foam won't keep the embossed detail, but it's there if you want to die cut it out with your cardstock. So for card number 1, I cut out some beach balls from the main set, and then the smile, of course, from the So Many Sentiment set. 3 different colors, and I also used the little starburst, the little small die in the main set, and cut out 3 coordinating colors with those. I added my license plate here. I want to tuck in my balls, and then all my card bases today, guys, are going to be square. They're going to be 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. I just thought it was a perfect size for the cards for the truck. I went ahead and finished adding my little starburst details and layered my cardstock, and that was card number 1. Okay, number 2, same size of cardstock. I'm using some corkboard this time. If you guys are looking for a nice corkboard that die cuts beautifully, this here is the Platinum 5-pack, and it's available over at Spellbinders. Super neat. There's corrugated cardstock, there's wood, and then there's corkboard. 2 sheets of each, and it's pretty inexpensive too. Okay, I adhered my corkboard. Now we're going to add here our red cardstock, and in the main kit there's a pumpkin, so you can make fall cards, you could make Halloween cards if you wanted with the pumpkin, but I'm going to use that pumpkin today in a different way. So I'm going to die cut out a pumpkin with red cardstock, and then a little leaf with green cardstock. I thought we could make a little truck bed full of apples. This was an experiment. If it didn't work out, I wouldn't have showed it, to be honest. But it turned out Okay, I just trimmed off the left and right side of my pumpkin to give it more of an apple shape. And then I'm going to adhere a lighter piece of corally colored cardstock behind it. And then there is a die that will cut out the trunk or the stem of the pumpkin, but I just colored it in with my Copics. Added my leaf, and there's my apple. I think it worked out great. So if you have the Truckin Through the Seasons set, you could make apples with those little pumpkins. Okay, now I showed you the package that this burlap came in, and it was from Spellbinders also. It comes with canvas also, but I just trimmed down a small piece right at the very top of it to give it just a little more natural look, and the piece fits right inside the trunk. I thought burlap and apples just go good together. I filled my trunk up with 4 of the apples. The last one we're going to tuck underneath the bumper there. Added the sentiment that says hello, and I did use the copper cardstock to back my hello on. But that was it. I added a red bow too. Okay, next card, we're going to make a blessed card. I have a piece of vanilla cardstock and green cardstock. I'm layering them together, and then using my scissors, I'm going to create a little heel, and then I'm just going to adhere the green cardstock to the white or the vanilla color here, just so a little bit of the green's peeking out. I'll trim off the excess, and this is just a white panel I created with white cardstock. I'll go ahead and adhere that to my card base. And next I wanted to create some flowers, so we're going to bring in some pink cardstock, and I'm going to die cut out some pink and white flowers. There's also a die that will cut out 4 little pine needles, but I'm going to use those as leaves because they're like the perfect size. So to make my flower, I'm going to dot the pink flower with a little bit of glue, and then add my white flower right over the top. Add a little glue behind it, and tuck almost all of the little pine needle behind my flower. The more it stuck out, the more it looked like a pine needle. So I kind of just made it so the first 3 pine needles were showing behind my flowers. But I added foam tape behind my little truck here, and as I got ready to adhere it, I thought we needed a little color behind here. So I'm using my Distress Oxide ink. This is tumbled glass, adding a little bit of light blue sky. This way when I place my truck on my background, you can see the blue through my window. I added my flowers around my little burlap, and then one on the very bottom of my wheel there, or my tire. Added a few pearls to the center of my flowers, and that's my blessed card. Okay, Christmas time. I know it's not July, I know it's not Christmas time, but it was so fun creating this. This is my background panel. Next, I created a little Christmas arrangement with the largest part of the Christmas tree branches that came with the main kit. I layered a light green and a dark green together and added 3 little circles to create little berries. Now, my sentiment license plate for this one says Joy, and I'm taking my glue, going over the wheels, the bumper, my license plate, and the very top of my truck. I'm going to add some chunky glitter over the top as if it's like ice crystals. I think it was really pretty. I decided to go ahead and do my little Christmas swag there also. Super neat. I'm just going to shake off this glitter. And I was going to leave my truck like that. I was going to pop it up. But when I flipped it over, I thought, you know what, we could make a shaker window with this even. So I'm going to add thin strips of foam tape around my truck window and fill it in with that same chunky glitter. And then just using a piece of white cardstock, I'll back up my my truck window. That way all the glitter stays sealed in. And so I thought this would make a cute little tag too. If you wanted to leave it like this and put a white backing on the truck, it'd make an adorable tag for your Christmas bags or Christmas presents. So neat. I do plan on making some Christmas tags like this. Lots of them. So this is a nice little early start, way early. So I added my little swag, and I did forget to add a little glitter to the bottom of my truck, so I went ahead and did that. So we are going to make a ho 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 license plate card. So I die cut out 3 of the little presents. I did add silver cardstock as the bows. I'm going to line them up inside, tuck them inside my little truck here. Added my ho 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 sentiment, and then added a little silver glitter in my background, and then put a piece of white cardstock in the center of that on a green card base. But I used the little holly leaves that came in the main set. I'm going to add one little holly berry using some red pearls, and then that finishes off that card. So easy. One more Christmas card. I'm going to adhere my pattern paper to my card base here, and then I die cut out a I'm going to use the license plate says Noel for this one, but I already adhered it and decided I didn't want it directly on there. I wanted it to go on top of a little wreath that we're going to make. So I'm adding glue to a real thin circle that I cut out using some circle dies, and then I had leftover pine needles from the Christmas tree die, and I thought it'd be perfect to create a wreath. Whenever we trim our Christmas tree, I do have a little bit of leftovers, so I make a little arrangement with the leftover needles. So that's basically what I did with this one. Once my wreath is all done, I went ahead and add some glue behind it, and I'm placing that on my truck, and then I can go ahead and add my sentiment. And I had added foam tape behind there already, so it was still a little sticky. Okay, I did add some red thread over the middle of that red and white panel there. We're going to add our little truck, and then I am going to add a few little red berries to my wreath, and then that finishes off that card. Another cute little Christmas card. I just love that. Okay, birthday card time. So I have a die that I created 2 panels. I'm going to crisscross them, almost creating like a little star. Now this die I've had for a while. It's a part of a set, and if I can find it, I'll link it below. But I've had it for so long, I don't know if Spellbinders still has it. But if I do, I'll list it. I added my Wish Big sentiment to my truck, and then for this one I thought it'd be fun using the star die from the main kit. I'm going to have a different color of stars trailing out of my little truck. And then there's also a little itty bitty star die in the main set. So I die cut out some colorful stars with that too. Added a little bit of sparkle with some Nouveau silver moon dust, and that was it. Okay, for our wedding card, this is Mr. and Mrs. card. I embossed a white panel, and I'm going to mat it on some silver cardstock. That embossing folder is so elegant and so pretty. I thought it went perfect for a wedding card. I created 3 presents using the present die and the bow die. The white ones are made with iridescent white glitter cardstock with silver bows, and then this present here is with silver cardstock with a white iridescent bow, glittery bow. And I did die cut out a white heart. The heart is not part of the main set. It's part of it's one that I had in my stash. So I just added my truck here and put my heart right in the center, and then I thought we needed something else. So using that same glitter cardstock, I have this bird die. This was not part of the main set. I think it came from a card kit. I'm going to use this single bird here and put it in the center right above the ampersand there, and I think that just tops it off. Very simple, but very perfect for a wedding gift. Okay, we're going to make another congrats card this time. So using that same die with the bird on it, I want to cut out a bird that's facing each other. So how I did that was cut out one with the glitter cardstock facing up, and then I flipped the glitter cardstock so it was facing down and ran that through my die cut upside down basically. That way when I flipped it over, I have the reverse side of a glittery bird. Now I used a flower die. This flower die is from, it was from a set, and a coffee cup set, I believe. I just don't know the name of it, but I'll list it below. But I thought the roses looked kind of like wedding rings and roses, and so I created 3 flowers using silver cardstock and then this beautiful iridescent white glittery cardstock, which I created a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 panel, the same size as my card base. And then I did emboss a piece of white cardstock with the same embossing folder I used for the last card. I added my congrats and tucked my little roses in the truck bed. Now we're going to add some foam tape behind these little birds. We're going to place them in the top left corner, and I thought it'd be cute. I'm going to space them apart just a little bit, and we'll add a heart. The heart is made with the same copper that I used for the bumper and for the side view mirrors. And then that finishes off that card. Cute little wedding card. Just tucking their little beaks underneath the heart there like they're carrying it. Okay, now we're going to move along to our next card. Next card, we are going to make our last Christmas card. We made 4 Christmas cards today, and it was really fun, actually. Okay, I'm taking the little circle die and creating some Christmas bulbs on my Christmas tree here. And then I used some silver glitter cardstock to adhere the tree topper. And then the star that I used for the birthday card, I die cut it out again with silver cardstock and crisscrossed it on the top star of the tree, so it's super starbursty. I tucked my tree in my truck bed and added my peace sentiment. And then to match my star, I'm adding some silver moon dust just to the leaves of my Christmas tree. The tree and the tree trunk were both dies, came from the main set. But I added a little bit of a detail with my black marker, making them look more like Christmas bulbs. And then I went over my Christmas bulbs with some Nouveau Morning Dew crystal drops. This way they're going to give me a little dimension. Okay, I used a burlap embossing folder on this panel, and I'm adhering it to my green card base. For this card, we're making a Get Well card. I die cut out 3 of the leaf flourishes with a light, or 2 of them actually, did I say 3? Light green and dark green. And then I die cut out 3 white flowers with the little flower die that came from the main set. I'm going to go ahead and add my Get Well. I back that with the same color cardstock that I used for my card base. I think it coordinates beautifully. I thought we needed to add a little fishtail banner to the left side, so I went ahead and did that. And now we're going to add our little flowers. Just going to add 3 of them to my little leaf flourishes, and then I'm going to use some little itty bitty yellow hearts, or no, not hearts, my goodness. There's a die in the main set that will cut out a circle, a star, and a flower. And so when I die cut those out, I kept the little pieces. So I just filled in my little flower centers with the smaller flowers, and I'm dotting them with some glitter drops. Golden Sunset, I think those were the color, but it matches the copper perfectly. Okay, we're going to make a nice summer beach card. So I picked 3 shades of blue cardstock. And again, all of the cardstock that I'm using was part of the leftovers from my card kits, so it worked out perfect. I did trim down my cardstock after I adhered all the colors and added a circle piece of vellum, and then I'm going to add a little bit of glue to my beach ball. I found a circle die that fit the size of my beach ball, so all I had to do excuse me, was layer that piece behind the beach ball cut out. I'm going to do the same thing to my surfboard here. I did try to color in the surfboard and it didn't work out, so I flipped it upside down. I don't know if you could notice my surfboard's upside down. I was covering up my little Copic coloring mess up, but that was very quick and easy card. Now we're going to make an XOXO card. This is a great Valentine's Day card. I'm just adhering my panel layers here. I used an embossing folder that I'll list down below, but it's one of the cut and emboss folders, so it has little dots that are peeking. You can see the pink through. I'm filling my truck bed with some little hearts. Super cute, and that was it. Super easy Valentine card, guys. Okay, we're going to make another one. There's a sentiment that says, I love you. And so when you die cut out the license plate that says, I love you, the heart comes out. You can see that little white heart was the piece that die cut out. So I re-die cut it out with red cardstock and kept that little heart and just switched it over and put it on the center of my license plate. Now I thought we needed a strip of something else, so I'm using a paper pad from I think it was the February card kit, but it was black cardstock with gold hearts on it. I just cut out a thin strip and placed it over that bottom pink strip of cardstock. Now for this card I kept it pretty basic. I'm just going to pop up my truck, add my sentiment that says I love you, and then I did die cut out a pink heart, and then of course the white heart was from the center of my license plate there. And I thought we would use the leftover pine needles to fill in the truck, and so I'm going to trim them down as if they're little flower bushes in the truck bed. So I have light greens and dark greens that are left over. I'm just gluing them, kind of tucking them in the truck bed, and then I'm going to use some red flowers that I die cut out. And then to finish off my red flower, I'm going to dot it with my white gel pen for a little added detail. And that's my I love you card. It could be a Valentine's Day card or everyday card, but I thought the colors were perfect for Valentine's Day. Okay guys, we made 14 cards in record time, but this was so fun. You got an apple card, you got a little flower basket card, Christmas card, my goodness, so fun. Ho 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 card. We got a Noel card. Mr. and Mrs. Congrats. The main kit came with 3 sentiments too. I believe it was thanks, for you, and there was one more. I just can't remember. But so this is a great addition to that kit if you guys are interested. I'm not sure how long they'll last. If the first kit went so fast, it might sell out again really quick, and I think it's for limited time too. So encourage you guys to check it out. Super fun little truck here. 14 extra piece set that coordinates. That set's called So Many Sentiments, and then the main kit here is called Truckin Through the Seasons. So I hope you had fun. I had so much fun creating all different seasons. Add a season. Thanks so much for joining me, guys. I wish you a lovely day. We will see you again real soon. Bye bye.